What's up guys, Matt here from Merrily Gaming. I wanted to do a quick video about Dark and Darker and maybe a little bit of a different subject. I'm going to do a few different videos here at the end of Wipe than you usually see. This one about stash organization. How do you organize your stash? You know, I've been playing this game way too much, 5k hours, settled down, struggled through stash organization a lot, and I kind of came up with a method by the end of Wipe that suited me pretty well. So I'm going to share my methods, and you guys can maybe share yours in the comments if you want or whatever. But I am curious to know what other people do. So here's basically what I've been doing. So I play a host of different characters, including Ranger a little bit. Not my favorite class, but I do play it a bit. And for every individual class, what I do is I try to buy 3 tabs. And this character only bought 2 because I don't play it much. But it's not too pricey to buy up to 3 tabs. And what I tend to do is on the free tab, the one you come with, this is just like a flex space for whatever, quickly throw stuff in, whatever, sort for later. On this particular character, it became the weapon tab too because I don't have a 3rd tab, and I'll get to that. That's just part of my organization. So there could be anything in here. If you're doing quick runs and you want to requeue quickly, you can throw stuff in tab 1. That's how I use it. If it's just a bunch of extra meds, you can throw it in tab 1 or whatever. So if you just want more space and you don't want to deal with meds, throw them in there. It's just temporary. It's stuff to maybe sort later. Stuff like that. But for this class, weapons too. Jewelry, if there tends to be jewelry specifically for only this class, I might throw it here too. But I'll talk more about that later. Tab 2 is for the 6 slot items. These are like chest, legs, and cloak for your class. So as you're diving in the dungeons and resetting, you throw your appropriate pieces into tab 1 or 2 or 3, as we'll see here. That's been my method. So any pieces I deem, good enough to keep, I'll go ahead and throw in tab 1 for the 6 slotters, and tab 2 for the 4 slotters. These are gloves, helm, boots. So there's only 3 different types of items that could go in stash tab 1, stash tab 2. So what this does is it basically, if I want to build a kit, I know exactly where to look quickly, what tab to go to, and start throwing stuff on. And now tab 3 is typically weapons. So I don't have that on this character, so weapons are just dumped into the first one. But it really doesn't matter that much. You can buy these early on, and they're not too bad early on in the season. But late in the season, it's like 2 days to wipe right now or something, so I'm not going to bother buying the last tab because I don't care. But actually, I will for the sake of the video. It's very cheap anyway. Oh, look at that lag. So I got tab 3. I'm going to go ahead and just throw the weapons over here, as I said. I guess we count the lantern as a weapon. Rings, amulets, stuff, I don't really care. Usually, actually, they go in a shared tab, but in this case, I have a couple right there. It doesn't really to worry about. So this makes it really easy if you want to build a kit. You got your main 6 slot items, your 4 slot items. You just put them on real quick, and also makes quickly sorting after dungeons if you want to sort your gear quickly. 3rd tab, just extra weapons, and you can go through these later and decide, hey, that one's not worth keeping. Maybe I'll whatever. Or if you want to move it to another character, we'll get into that. So that's the main, we'll say, 4 tabs of every character I have. We have the flex space for whatever, be it extra potions, extra things, unsorted things that you just didn't get around to because you wanted to requeue fast or whatever, where you had to go, who knows. 6 slotters, 4 slotters, weapons. And this also makes it, I guess, easy to, well, I don't know, I was going to say sell, but it's whatever. Like if one of these tabs is just way too full, it's like, I kind of got too many 4 slotters on the Ranger. So I might just start, I might decide I'm going to sell this whole row or whatever, sell the worst pieces. Or if I see something that's like, oh, this is obviously better on a barb, I might pull it for the barbarian or something. Stuff like that. It's a pretty nice system. And then if you buy more tabs, you can decide what they're for. But I found you don't really need to buy more than 3. It seems to be plenty for each character, and it's not that expensive. All right, let's get to the shared tabs. Now, if you don't buy the battle pass or whatever they're calling it in this game, I don't remember, you only get 2 of these, I believe, which is probably still enough. And these kind of change. These 3 kind of evolve throughout the wipe for me, but one of the main things I do is this final tab is I keep it my arena gear. This is specifically gear that I don't want to sell. Yeah, I got some stuff a little messed around, but yeah, this for right now we're doing artifact arena, so I've got basically, you know, really good pieces here. That probably doesn't belong, but you get the point. It's all arena stuff. I'm never going to use that Wonder Attire, so I can get rid of it, but it doesn't matter anymore. Wipe's pretty much over. So if I want to build a kit for my arena, I'll go on whatever character, put the stuff over here. When I'm done playing that character, I move everything back so I can transfer it to another character. I don't really have great spacage right now, but that's what the overflow tabs are for, which is just basically this second up tab is like kind of the overflow arena gear, or gear that's like really good, and also all the good meds, and also rings and amulets that are decent enough. Not arena worthy one. The arena worthy ones go here. But if you're building a kit for the class, say you go to stash 1, 2, get all that stuff, get a weapon, set up your spec, whatever, then you would go, to where you have your extra rings and stuff and put those on, or just buy them. A lot of times I don't even bother. I specifically keep these to sell a lot of times. This is kind of besides the point, but whatever. Often I can't quite find the right ring for my build, so I usually just buy it after getting the other pieces. But yeah, this second tab up, overflow arena gear, overflow really good pieces. Basically that's all it is. I guess it's not very critically analyzed right now, but that's basically how I think of it. We got some good stuff. Best hand crossbow in the game. Stuff like that. Stuff that I just don't want to sell unless I need a lot of money. And it's probably decent enough for current arena. And then we get into the initial shared tab, tab 1. This is specifically for money. It's kind of a money-only tab, but other things overflow into it, like gems, because they're basically money. But you need them on every character, because you could be gemming on any of your characters, so you want to have it in a shared tab. So money, gems. I do my antiquated coins here. I sometimes do these Huntress Witness emblems here, although they're kind of useless and I'm just annoyed by them at this point. And anything that's going to like more permanent lazy storage, I guess I'll call it. I don't know what else to call it. So this is basically the money tab, but it also has just things, little hunter items, quest items. Quest items go here, but only temporarily. And 2 kind of becomes an overflow for quest items if you just have too much going on here. So this middle tab is kind of just an overflow tab, I would say. Or, yeah, that's it. And also here right now I have all my artifacts. This is only because arena's going on right now. Normally I put these all in one character, so I know where to find them, but I just wanted to have them all available in a shared right now. But normally I don't have them in any shared. Or if I do, it might be tab 2, I guess. There's just not enough space. I kind of just have a few too many artifacts right now for, I don't know, I have a mid amount, I guess. Also keep my scraps here. Basically anything that you want to share between your characters, or if it's money. I guess you could call these artifacts money because they sell pretty well. Okay, so that's basically what I do on every character. I have those just set up like that. I have the shared about the same every time. When I'm done, if I'm playing arena, since you can share gear right now, I don't know if it's going to be like this next season. I hope they go back to self-found arena, but we'll see if they actually do. But since it's not self-found, when I'm done playing with the character, I put all the stuff back in the shared tab so I can move it to another guy, because a lot of classes are going to want to wear these boots, for example, and maybe these pants, maybe this cloak, a lot of things. There are like some ranger specific items like this forest hood that I could theoretically store with my forest slaughters, but I don't want to lose it, as in like when I need it I can't find it kind of thing, because that tends to happen. If you don't want to have to go to every character and be like, where's that +9 forest hood? Is it on my ranger or druid? I guess this one's pretty cut and dry because it's basically going to be on my ranger. I don't play druid. But and same with this one. This one's going to be on the ranger because it's only for ranger. So these could be technically moved. I just don't want to lose them or accidentally use them. Wow, those are really good forest boots. Anyway, so I still as of right now, I'm kind of torn between this. Like, where should I keep these helms? I don't want to accidentally bring them into a dungeon and put them on a real kit because they're for arena. But I also don't really need to share them because they're only for this class. So I thought maybe about designating another area, but it's a little up in the air right now. So it's whatever. I guess I'll just put this here for now. I thought maybe I'll keep all the really good stuff at the bottom or something like that, but it hasn't really been kind of working out that way. Like those two are really good pieces. Maybe put them at the bottom, but doesn't seem to be reliable enough. And what you think is good kind of changes throughout the wipe, I've noticed. Like early on, everything's good. Later, when you have a plethora of gear, some pieces don't look so good anymore. That sort of thing. Alright, so that covers all those main tabs. I always make two specific characters for other things. I have a bank guy, and this is basically for all my quest items and just other overflow shared stuff. If it goes in a shared tab and the shared tab's overflowing, it kind of goes to this guy. And he's pretty simple. You get a quest for an extra tab, and it shows up like this now, like this blue thing. I didn't used to do that, but it only happens on one character, which, why don't they just give me an extra shared tab or something? I don't know, that'd be cool, but it's kind of useless, because, I don't know, you don't really need it. Say hello to my cat. That's not your cat, that's my cat. Alright, so tab 1 is basically default quest items, and just little weird things like that. Arcane Essence, other various quest items, crafting items. Here, go here to questing and crafting. The next tab is all my 4 slaughters. This counts ore, hides, anything that's a square shape all goes in one tab. I guess it could be on the second tab to kind of match how I do my helms and gloves on other characters, but it's kind of whatever. And then the next one, these are kind of overflow. I found out you only really need 2 tabs here most of the time. This is for all the 1 slaughters and the awkward sizes. And then this tab for all the 2 slaughters. And then the next tab's kind of overflow. I think I have some random just arena gear here right now, which probably needs moved at this point. Or sold or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're worn in the dungeon. Send wipes or whatever. But it's kind of another just temporary area if you're running into overflow. So the bank guys, this is where I do all my crafting. If I want to craft something that requires ore and essence or whatever, I'll just come to this guy and craft it right up. Makes it kind of easy, and that way I don't have to keep all this stuff in a shared tab, because as you can see, this isn't really going to fit in my shared tabs anymore. So you gotta have a bank guy, and I just use them for hunter loot or quest items. And occasionally, if I'm collecting kits or building kits, that's when I use these other 2 tabs. Like for a long time, this shared tab was specific to all my artifacts. I just kept them all there. But then when Arena started, I moved them to the shared. So it kind of gives you a little flex space here. It's kind of nice. That's basically what I do with my bank guy. And then I've got one other specific character I make just for... Well, I don't know if I need this guy anymore. I don't know if I'll do this anymore. But it's just another character I don't play, and he's basically an extra gear guy. I just put tons of extra gear on this guy, and I specifically move it up to this guy if my trade is all full and I don't have anywhere to move it. I just have too much stuff. Right now this is mostly pre-artifact arena gear. I think because I used to have this tab full of that pre-artifact arena gear, and I just moved it all to this guy because I can't sell all this quick enough, this old arena gear. I guess I could list it, but it's going to take me a day, sell things, wait, sell things, wait. So I just move it all here, and it's just, there's tons of stuff. So if I'm ever just wanting to build a kit and not spend money, I just go to this guy and just grab the pieces I want for the kit. And it's kind of handy. Kind of handy to have a guy just stuffed with good gear. Gear is so easy to get in this game. Even if you die every raid, you're gonna come out with gear, depending on what you do. I mean, I guess if you literally die every single raid, you're not. But once you get used to this game, you get good at surviving. I don't want to get into that too much. That's maybe for another video. But the point is, gear stacks up really fast in this game. It's really easy to get gear, so you can't even sell it fast enough a lot of times. So it's got to go somewhere. And clearly there's so much here. I guess I could spread it out through my characters, but that would take forever. And yeah, the list of yapping goes on. But that's all this guy is for. It's just extra gear, often old arena gear or just stuff like other stuff that didn't sell that I don't know what to do with right now. And it's just nice to have a character you can go on and be like, I can build a kit for anyone here, at least quite a few times if I really want, if I don't even want to touch the market. Or if I just need more stuff to sell that I know is worth some money. These are good pieces only. Like, I don't keep non-good pieces here. Everything's pretty decent, or else it gets whatever vendored or something, you know. Okay, and anything else? I don't think so. That's it. That's basically how I organize my tabs. I'll show you one other character just as like an example. Maybe the Barb, he looks like. I do a lot of farming on the Barbarian. I like killing ice wyvern on the Barbarian. Seems to be the easiest ones. So you can see my tab 1, I got a bunch of unsorted crap. And I also put blue gems here because I was like gemming blue rings just for killing wyvern. But I don't really want to keep blue gems, so I tried to keep them out of the shared. I'm sure some eventually got here, but like those, and that's crap. But yeah, so I might also in this extra tab put blue gems because they're not really worth keeping. They're not worth hardly selling. But I do like to gem rings and amulets that are blue. They tend to be really good budget pieces at times. But this is just wyvern killing stuff that hasn't been sorted. So these would get sorted over here if I were doing it up properly. And as you can see, we got 6 slaughters. And let me just move some of these other pieces. And this one, all the 4 slaughters. And this is kind of overflowing. So I don't really want to find any more, or I want to, if I have a bunch of market slots open, I'd probably sell a bunch of this. And then on the 3rd one, we have a bunch of barbarian weapons. So that's another example. All right. So how do you guys do your organization? This is pretty much what I started to stick through to by mid-wipe. I was just doing a system like this. And it kind of works out pretty well. You know where to find everything. It's quick to rebuild kits. You know what tab needs organized. And yeah, that's pretty much it. These 3 shared tabs are just not enough, I would say, in the long run. What I'd like to see is, what if just all the tabs were shared tabs? Like, why not? Just give us a bunch of shared tabs, because there's no real advantage to gameplay fun to like gatekeep these gear, because basically all it does is it makes you switch between characters all the time, and it's just more, you know, like loading and more downtime. It would just reduce downtime if we just made it all shared tabs. I don't know how else to advocate for that, or anyone even cares, feels the same, but to me, when I just have to switch characters to find gear, it really like drains on me. As far as like, I just kind of want to play the game. I don't really care about moving gear around, but you're forcing me to care, and it's not a fun gameplay loop to manage gear all the time exactly. Or it could at least be more convenient. Another thing it'd be nice to do is if they put, like, maybe at the top here, just like a search tab and a little entry form here. And when you type in something, it shows stuff from all your tabs. It doesn't move anything, it just shows stuff from all your tabs. You know, something like that. And then you could drag it and grab it or whatever and pull it into your inventory, but otherwise you couldn't move it. And that way it would pull from any tab and it would do a search based on, you know, based on all your tabs. That would do a lot for finding stuff. I'm sure a lot of people would like that. But we'll see if they do that. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment. Peace out.